Hi everyone, my name is Danny, and today my topic is blood donation requirements, and my claim of fact is that the blood donation requirements right now are harming the blood bank industry. First, I'd like to start off with telling you a story about why I chose this topic and how it affects me. In 2005, while I was in high school, I had the opportunity to donate blood, but I was turned away because of my answer to one of the questions. The question was, have you spent 3 or more months in the United Kingdom? And my answer was yes, I did, because I would go visit my family that lived over there twice a year. So because of my visiting my family, I am no longer allowed to donate blood. There are many reasons like this that are just deterring people from being able to donate blood and therefore harming the blood bank industry. Today I'm going to be talking about 3. The first of which is that the blood bank industries are in dire need of more donations. Secondly, that the deterring of travelers is going to harm the donations being received as well. And thirdly, that the deterring of any homosexual individuals is also going to be hurting the blood bank industries. So first off, I would like to talk about the current state of the blood bank industries. According to the American Red Cross, they are in dire need of more donations. They are encouraging everyone who already donates to donate more often, and those individuals who have not yet donated to please do so as soon as possible. And according to a statement on ehow.com on an article about how to donate, apparently only 30% of Americans currently are able to donate blood at this time, and deterring all these people are going to decrease the amount of blood that they are going to receive. Secondly, I would like to point out one of the most unreasonable reasons for these requirements, which is its effect on travelers. According to the American Red Cross, travelers who have spent more than 3 months in the United Kingdom are not able to donate blood, and this is also affecting philanthropists who have partaken in the Peace Corps in Nigeria. Most of these people are the basis of who would donate blood, so stopping these people from donating is going to cut the amount of blood that is being donated. My last point today is to point out that the sexual orientation of individuals is a weak basis to deny someone the right to donate blood. First off, heterosexual relationships are equally susceptible to contracting diseases, just as equal as heterosexual or homosexual relationships. Also, many of the reasons for denying these homosexuals from donating blood is based off of false notions from the past. And lastly, for that point, all of the blood that is donated is thoroughly checked, because many people who are okayed by the question survey in the beginning of the process of donating blood still carry diseases. And so in conclusion, the requirements to donate blood are far too strict, which is harming the blood bank industry, with all the points that I mentioned, as far as the fact that the blood bank industry does need more people to donate, and also that travelers are being deterred from donating blood, and also that the turning away of homosexuals is also hurting the blood bank industry. So thank you so much for listening to my speech, and I hope that you guys all took something away from it.
Right, the proposition's clear, the supporting structure, it's organized, although your secondary claims in the preview were phrased a little bit awkwardly. I thought it was maybe a bit clearer when you signposted internally on the speech. You've got a nice personal experience that you're using as an illustration of a problem here, and there's one statistic that you present that says 30% are the only ones who are able to donate now, and I'm not sure if that's 30%, if that 30% is based on the restrictions that you've talked about, or people's willingness, or their activeness on that, so that information was a little bit unclear. And unfortunately, that's the one specific piece of information about the amount of blood donations that is applied here. For instance, the number of people who would potentially donate who are turned away is not really quantified. We know to some degree what the demand for blood is, and what you need to do is you need to focus a little bit on how short the Red Cross and other organizations fall in collecting blood, and then try and give us some estimate about how many people this would open up in terms of a pool of donators and what impact it would have. You know, the number of people who traveled or lived in the United Kingdom for a 3-month period of time or more is probably relatively small, so I'm not exactly sure how big an impact it's going to have on the blood shortage. It seems like the issue of homosexuals donating would be a little bit larger, but there's no explanation about how those rules came into place. You say they're outdated and they're based on false notions about sexuality or sexually transmitted diseases. Of course, it's the American Red Cross, and the collections are done by blood experts, and I'm sure that there are doctors in that organization. So, you know, I think the burden of proof is on you to show that those restrictions are unnecessary, as opposed to suggesting that they just are antiquated. There may be some other reason that they exist rather than just getting the blood. It's maybe a screening process to save time and money. For instance, if a lot of people did donate blood and then it turned out that they did have disease, it might take up a lot of time and resources that otherwise could have gone to getting blood that would be useful, and that might be one of the reasons that they have that. So I like the subject. I think it's a subject that's probably important. I just think it's a little underdeveloped. You've got an interesting idea. I'm not sure how easy it is to get a hold of information on all of those points. It's a little complicated, and it would require, I think, a lot more in-depth research than you got into the presentation. All right, thank you. Every 56 days. Every 56 days.
You donate blood
Every 56 days, yep.
Good for you.
I'm an O negative.
Oh, wow.
I save babies. I always walk out afterwards feeling damn good about myself. Yeah, it's a little tough. All right, Carlos, could we have you next, please? And let me pause for just 1 second here.
You could give blood to my dad.
My voice is a little ragged.
Oh, man.
I
know, right?
2 extra points for credibility because he's got a clipboard.
I think it goes right there. All right. Can I borrow that?